How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be featuring the Venezia, the Italian legendary tier heavy cruiser. Venezia is up there among my favorite cruisers at legendary tier, mostly because it's unique in the fact that it shoots sap. Obviously, HE spam cruisers probably are a lot more effective because you can deal a lot more damage to battleships, but at the same time, Venezia having an exhaust smoke and sap more often than not is kind of enjoyable to play, especially when you have cruisers or battleships that your sap can pen. For example, a Conch or this Hindenburg that charged in. When you have them and you can farm them with your sap, the chunks of damage that you can do is absolutely nasty. I don't think I have Arthas in this match. I don't actually remember what my build is. But either way, Venezia, just an absolute blast to play. Hindenburg slows down to dodge plane torpedoes from a hybrid ship. God, I really don't like hybrid ships at all. But anyway, Hindenburg having to slow down kind of allowed us to get a couple more salvos in because we were able to stop before the island. And, well, Hindenburg has lost so much HP at this point that it's not looking great for him. Our friendly Delaware that dropped the airstrike is also shooting HE, which is kind of interesting, and he's also lost all of his HP. Not really sure how. I'm sure he probably got farmed by Hindenburg in the conch or something. But Hindenburg kind of taking a while to turn away. He only has 3 bars of HP left, and that salvo of sap just basically took him out. I mean, we got 12 pens out of 15 shells. I'm pretty sure the last 3 didn't even hit him because he died before they could. But yep, Hindenburg gone. Now we're able to push into sea. I kind of want to get the objective and see if we can kind of kite away because we do have a lot of our team on this flank. And I would very much rather, I guess, be able to kite and farm from a different angle. Basically providing a crossfire for our team and not have everything go bow in because then we won't be able to deal any sort of damage. But Wisconsin coming over from the middle, that could be a problem. There's also this Buffalo. Not really sure what to do because I don't exactly want to be reset, but with everything kind of surrounding C, this may be a very, very risky thing to do. Although I do have 20 seconds until my exhaust smoke comes off of cooldown, so I'm kind of banking on that to kind of capture the objective because I'm pretty sure it does last over a minute if you were to take into account the I guess amount of time it takes for the smoke to dissipate. I hold my salvo to get my detection to go down, and then I finally turn in to this island, although Wisconsin is still getting closer and closer. Our friendly Alaska here is almost dead, or sorry, it might have been in Puerto Rico. Either way, dude is almost dead. Can't exactly go past this island, otherwise I'll get spotted by a Wisconsin. And with that battle cruiser dispersion, I will probably end up dying. So it's time to stop, possibly reverse, although I'm a little worried where that Napoli is. So I'm kind of hoping our team that's on the island on the border maybe pushes around and can spot something just so I have an idea of where I could go. Enemy Wisconsin gets spotted. I'm kind of worried that he's going to charge into the cap. 3 torpedoes from Venezia definitely won't do anything. And I'm pretty sure at this point he's already within my smoke firing penalty. So I'm just trying to, well, look at my smoke firing penalty so I can make a decision of what I'm going to do. Whether it's smoke up and get out of dodge going back towards B and back towards our spawn, or if it was to reverse away, maybe try to get an angle to torp the Wisconsin. But seeing that our team hasn't exactly moved, I make the decision to smoke up and start kiting away. But because Wisconsin's within our smoke firing penalty, I just decide to not shoot, and I'll just keep going and keep sailing away until I get out of range, or unless the Wisconsin shoots his main guns, and then that'll give me an opportunity to shoot mine. He is broadside, so it is a very juicy target, although he's not really looking at me. We didn't cap his turret somehow. I'm pretty sure Wisconsin turrets are better than that. I don't think they should have been in-capped, and I'm pretty sure that's probably a bug. Probably. I don't know. I think I only played one match in Wisconsin. It's still in one in Dunner jail, so we'll never know. But Wisconsin, we in-cap his turrets with sap. I mean, we did a pretty good chunk of damage as well. Wisconsin just charging in towards our Delaware. Our Delaware also charging in, which is kind of interesting. He spent so much time sitting at that island. I would have kind of expected him to maybe bow and reverse away or something, survive a little longer, maybe get off another drop of his torpedo planes. But he didn't do that. We have our friendly DD though coming over to help us, which is kind of good. At least he's providing some spotting. Kind of hoping our torpedoes were lead enough for the Wisconsin. I'm trying to turn my turrets over as fast as I can, trying to help our friendly cruiser, although it is, I think it's the BA ship, so I'm pretty sure his armor is good enough to kind of tank Wisconsin a little bit, but maybe not quite enough. We do land one torpedo, and we get off a pretty good salvo of sap. Unfortunately, we're not going to come away with this kill, and the BA, you try to pronounce this name, gets it with the fire. But now he's just in a lot of trouble. There's a Napoli coming in from the border, and there's also still the Conch and Buffalo in the spawn. I don't think there's much I can actually do to help the you try to pronounce this name, so yeah, it is what it is. At this point we do have B cap, so it might be time to kind of, I don't want to say abandon, but try to reposition and go towards B. We also have our friendly DD. That's probably going to slow them down a little bit here at sea, although I'm getting a little worried because he has a bunch of ships behind him, and it seems that he got radared by the Buffalo, and now he's getting nuked and has no HP. So I'm kind of hoping Napoli turns broadside, which he kind of is, to try and push into secondary range of our DD, but I'm also trying to get the attention of him, so hopefully our DD doesn't get himself killed. But it seems like he's still sailing towards the Napoli though, so I'm very, very worried. Enemy Brisbane in B, trying to cap the objective. I'm hoping to reset him, because we are going to need objectives and points. Otherwise, I think it might be a loss very quickly if we can't slow them down and our destroyer dies at sea. Unfortunately, I'm not able to reset the Brisbane, so now they now have B. Our team at A, not really sure what's going on. They do take out the enemy G-Nan though, so at least now there is potential for them to go and capture A, which will relieve us of some pressure of having something that we're going to run face first into while we're kiting away from this C flank. Enemy Brisbane still capping B. I have an opportunity here to maybe pop around the corner and possibly dev strike the Brisbane with our 15 AP shells here. I'm just kind of hoping he turns away from all the ships at A, which he kind of is doing. Maybe he's also trying to get his torpedoes on us. He keeps turning. I fire my salvo at him. Dispersion looks okay, not great, and we only get 3 citadels. Kind of unfortunate. I decide to use my exhaust smoke. I see that our friendly destroyer is going to keep him spotted, and I kind of don't want to get nuked by all of the enemy ships, which, I mean, there were a lot of shells coming in, but lucky for us, we didn't end up dying. And then we finally get a good salvo. We land 6 citadels and are able to finish off the Brisbane. I'm just going to keep sailing in towards where he was, just because I'm assuming there are torpedoes. And I'd rather not eat any torpedoes because I feel like we're going to need all of our HP, because all of these ships over here at sea are full HP. Buffalo is spotted and he is broadside, kind of hoping for some citadels. Get a good amount of pens, no sits though, kind of unfortunate. Needed some citadels to maybe make the job easier for us to finish off the rest of their team, but Conch being full HP is what is concerning. Our team is still in the corner at A, so it's not really looking good. Even though we have a points lead right now, I think it's because we killed off the enemy ships and had B and C at the start of the match. But I feel like that's going to quickly snowball against us pretty soon, especially because our DD ended up beaching into the middle island at sea for basically no reason. And the Buffalo charging in, I'm sure he has his radar back. So I decide to start shooting him. Maybe he sees the AP incoming and decides that it's time to angle, maybe slowing him down from getting to our destroyer. I also need to kind of figure out where I can position my ship without being nuked by the enemy Napoli. I think I'm okay from the Conch, but that Napoli has been unspotted for some time, and I kind of rather not get nuked by Napoli if he comes charging around this corner. And well, I mean, we kind of will need our HP. I think our DD will probably end up dying to the Buffalo, so I'm not exactly hopeful. I mean, at least the destroyer dumped torpedoes and decided to run away. AP coming in from that Napoli, we do eat a Citadel, so now it's time to just turn away. Buffalo also still just charging in. I need to do whatever I can to kind of protect our destroyer, and hopefully he just doesn't insta-die. I mean, ideally he would have just kind of kept sailing and ran away, but I'm not sure why, but he kind of just stopped there, which if he gets radared, or I mean sonared really, because the cruiser could just simply charge in to the objective and still get him from the other side of the island, that DD might just end up dying, because I'm sure the Napoli or Conch might end up getting an angle on him. And considering that now he's starting to sail away, I have a feeling that he actually got spotted by sonar. And sure enough, Buffalo just getting into the cap, although I think he got touched by someone else because he's only on one bar. But we're able to finish him off, and he does go down. Now it's time to figure out where this Conch and this enemy Napoli went, because we're not sure. I'm kind of hoping that our destroyer can provide some spots. But at this point, it's looking a lot better. I think if our destroyer just died, probably would have been bad. We don't have any exhaust smokes though, so we can't smoke up and farm this Conch. So I kind of need to just keep kiting and see what we can do. Enemy Napoli gets spotted charging into B. Our torps look fairly good, although these Italian torpedoes are pretty slow. But if he kept charging in, probably would have been a pretty good torpedo salvo. But instead, Napoli turns away and dodges our torpedoes, but in the process he just turns broadside and beaches on the island. So now it's time for us to just start shooting the Conch. I think Conch has started focusing down our other teammates, and I think we can kind of make use of, well, these torpedoes that I launched that's very far off. Probably should have shot sooner so that the Conch did a hard turn, because all of his turrets are on the right side of his ship. So if he wanted to shoot at us with all of his guns, he would have had to turn his entire ship, which he did start doing. So I kind of needed to have done that a lot sooner. We do still have one heal, and we are far enough that if we just held our shot, we could go unspotted. So we're just going to keep kiting away, and we're going to keep doing our best to dodge these Conch HE shells. It is unfortunate that he is shooting HE, because HE obviously ignores angling, and he's always going to do a little bit of damage. But as long as I don't go broadside and he shoots AP, I should be fine. Friendly Hayate goes down to the Napoli. Not really sure what he did. Probably could have just sailed straight to sea and not died, but considering he got caught by a Buffalo and almost died at the very start, well, maybe not very start, in the middle. I mean, it was only a matter of time before he actually died. But luckily for us though, we have a pretty good points lead, and I mean, realistically at this point, I think we can just simply survive. Conch trying to finish off one of our friendly teammates that are super low, trying to, I guess, get the points to flip. But all we're going to do is just farm him to death. I mean, you can see the damage that this sap is doing to a battleship that our sap will just pen basically everywhere, because Conch is mostly 32 everywhere aside from that one thick armor plate on his casemate. And yeah, poor Conch just didn't stand a chance. Now all that's left is the enemy Napoli, although since he beached broadside, I'm pretty sure he's almost dead, and our friendly battleship has basically charged in right at him. So I don't exactly expect the enemy team to win. There's 10 seconds left, and we're up by 300 points. Even if the battleship and the other cruiser ended up dying, we still would have won on points. So luckily we had the caps as long as we did, and our team finally captured A. So that gave us a very, very comfortable lead. And yeah, a very stressful one. Looked like we might have lost this one, but Venezia, just doing Venezia things, 4100 base XP. Definitely felt like a 4100. I think we only got an assist on the Wisconsin because the fire finished him off. But yeah, Venezia, always a blast to play. Positioning is key. I don't know. I feel like we just don't do the same things that we do in Venezia and all of the other cruisers because I feel like we don't really have to. If we just kite it away, kept spamming HE versus having to like figure out a position with your exhaust smoke and I guess utilize it to its maximum potential. This is what I did, a full sap damage build, which I guess is interesting. Probably would have just been better off using Arthas because you get more damage, although it's not the entire time, and instead, interesting. Not really sure what that build is, but I guess it was just to buff the sap as much as we could without having to use Arthas, especially since they reduce the fighter plane duration, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more and share with your friends, or leave a comment down below for the ships you want to see in the future. But anyway, guys, till next time, aloha.